Outer Orange. Welcome back, you guys. OuterOrange here. I'm super happy. Springfest just ended for Card 5 Vanguard. There's still one going on for Buddy Fight, and I'm here to talk to you guys about Bushiroad Spring Festival Online, my experiences, and all the fun in between. So I want to talk to you guys about it because I'm just so hyped right now, and I think because I'm so hyped, it's like a time for me to kind of like get all my emotions out, right? So thought I'd talk to you guys about it. First of all, I want to say a huge thank you to just everybody, like literally everybody, like the people that supported me throughout the events. Thank you so much. The people that created this event, Bushiroad, thank you, Bushiroad. Thank you to all the commentators, the judges, Different Fight, JJ, Peter, Kai, like all you guys did such a just amazing job of keeping the hype going. Honestly, watching the streams that were going on for the cards like made me even more hyped to go into tournaments. I was actually on stream, fun fact, with my overdress deck, so that was so cool. Anyway, but aside from that, so I'm here to talk about the formats. This last weekend was V Premium and Standard, and the weekend before was Premium, and there was there's three formats in Card 5 Vanguard: Premium, V Premium, and Overdress, or Standard as some people call it. And I did enter all three because I'm kind of a psychopath. Decided, hey, why not add 3 tournaments to it? And I did it last minute too, so it was Premium weekend. It was pretty intense, like really. I was honestly really shook. Like I was super nervous going into this tournament, and that's kind of on me. I was not confident enough in Premium, where I was entering with a very bad mindset, which was a big no-no, by the way. Beautiful mindset, like really amp yourself up into this, and I did not do that for the Premium format. I was so nervous because like I have little experience with Premium. I've been doing a lot of research. I've really been taking the time to understand cards, but facing other people and everything is like a whole other freaking iceberg that I'm personally not very good at. In case you guys don't know, I'm actually really shy. I know it's hard to tell with the way I talk and do things, but I'm actually a shy person. I take these social events pretty to heart, I would say. I went into a Premium tournament in the past, and it was literally like a training arc. They're like, this is how you do this, and this is how you do that, this is how you do this. Like I was facing every opponent, and they were literally just teaching me how to play the game more so than actually being competitive. So I've never actually competitively entered a Premium tournament, so I'm not gonna lie, kind of fluked it, kind of screwed up. I just kept misplaying. My mindset wasn't there. I screwed up. However, the event was really fun. I just want to make that clear. Those are two different things. I was just like, oh, like what if I don't do the big combo? They're gonna think I'm stupid or something, you know? I just kind of went into the bad mindset, which is on me. Maybe I should have played a simpler deck. I don't really know. And I went in with Grand Blue, which is a more combo based deck and more about like what your opponent's doing, and it just involves a lot more interaction on your opponent's side versus what you're doing. You're kind of just setting up for your opponent's actions, pretty much. Is the best way to explain Grand Blue. Okay, my opponent is going to do this. What am I going to do to stop that? And how am I going to control that action, right? Just have fun. I probably should have taken the event a little bit more calmly, and that's kind of on me for not doing that. A lot of fun. I actually met a couple people throughout it, and I was able to kind of talk to them afterwards too, and that was really super cool. So it was just nice to be able to talk to people from everywhere, which by the way leads me to my next point. It is so cool to talk to people from literally all around the world. That is probably the best thing about this event. Like, you know, people are really scared of remote fights and all that stuff, but you literally meet people from everywhere. It's just so cool. I met people from Australia, Europe, USA, of course, like Spanish countries. I've met quite a few Aussie people, like Australian people. I was actually really surprised. Not them saying there isn't a scene over there. I just wasn't expecting to bump into Australian people. I was able to meet some WCC people, which was like super cool. Meet a lot of people, and it's just really freaking cool. For one of the people that I actually talk to pretty regularly is Commander Jamie, and he got second place in the Premium tournament, and I was ecstatic. I was like in complete shock. I wasn't expecting to see a name I would know, at least in North America, and just seeing Commander Jamie just come out like that, like getting second place. Props to you, man. Oh my goodness. Aside from that, so I also went into V Premium and Overdress. It literally just happened last 48 hours. I entered a double region Premium. I entered 2 different regions. In case you don't know, there was 3 different signups. You can sign up for North America, and the only difference between the 3 is literally time frames. So there's a North America one, there was a Europe one, and then there was an Asia one. And you can choose to actually enter all 3, and you literally will not have a break. Like if you enter all 3, you're just gonna be like, you're gonna go on like a 40-ish hour thing of just cards, because like at least in North America time, so the Asia one starts around like 9 p.m. Europe starts around like I think 6 a.m. and then the American one starts at like 12. It's chaotic. Like if you enter all three, it gets very chaotic. You just don't sleep pretty much, which is pretty much what everybody did, and it's actually really funny. I was just like, wow, everyone's here again, and here we are again. But yes, I entered V Premium and I entered Standard. A Standard came first. It was on Saturday, and technically it was Friday night because in Asia it started at like 9 p.m. And I entered the Asia one, and it was just really fun. I did evenly in both events, where I went like pretty much it broke even. I won 3 and I lost 3 type of thing, and after that I just kind of dropped because I wanted to sleep enough for like the next event type of thing. And I played Zorga, and I actually had a lot of fun with Zorga. Unfortunately, I was getting my booty whooped either by 2 reasons. Either I wasn't holding a perfect guard, or a over trigger which just like slammed me down. So those are the main 2 things that like really screwed me during the event. Like I would get like pretty far, like would be doing good, and then like I'd get over triggered, I'd lose. Or the opposite, I'd have all PGs and I'd have my over trigger in my hand and I'd win the game, and I'd be perfectly fine. Like it was just kind of like a very in between. I think that's why I ended up so split. Like I won 3 and I lost 3, and the same thing I think happened in NA. I actually faced a trial deck guy and I felt kind of terrible. I didn't notice at first that I was facing a trial deck guy until I saw him use a grade 2 order. I'll show it on the screen. This card is it's a trial deck card, and normally you don't play it like in like the actual he was playing Nirvana, and normally you don't play Nirvana with this card because it's just kind of a waste of a counterblast. But this guy was playing it, and I didn't realize it was a trial deck until he put that card down, and I was like, oh no, oh no, poor baby. Of course, one thing that was actually streamed, it was streamed and everything, of me just beating this poor trial deck guy. Starting to notice that my brain starts kind of frying after like 4 rounds, and I just kind of start doing worse, because surprisingly enough, I'm human and I'm just not as like comfortable with like a lot of the game, though I do play a lot. But you know, it takes a lot of muscle memory and a lot of like memory and like number memorization to really get good at the game. It's actually something you kind of have to start literally calculating, but calculations play a big role in a lot of games. It could be a fighting game, it could be League of Legends, it could be card games. So going on to V Premium, probably the most hyped one out of all of them, and by the way, all these events were like super hyped. If you are literally in any point, like if you were in the event or in the discords or anything, the amount of hype that was going on behind these events was insane. Between the commentators and the community, Twitter, YouTube, like everywhere, there was just all this uproar, like, yeah, Spring Fest, wow. But anyway, so I entered V Premium. I entered with Bermuda Triangle Prisms, because honestly, it's like best deck right now. Not gonna lie, I think there's a couple decks that can kind of upscale it in some ways or another, but overall, against most matchups, Bermuda Triangle the Prism deck just does a really good job. And I had the full deck, and by the way, it's a really cheap deck to just have. It's gonna cost you a little bit of a penny, but it's not gonna be like a big penny. It's gonna be a little penny. But anyway, as I entered with Prisms, I was doing really well, and then I just started sinking. Like, it was so sad that I ended up eventually bumping into a WCC member, so I was like, oh. I'm facing Derek. I didn't freak out or anything like that, and my mentality didn't go weird. However, I did misplay like literally in the first turn. He put down his Weaselot, and I did not swing at the Weaselot, and I should have swung at the Weaselot. I was already I think I went second. I was going second this game. I was already technically behind because it was a mirror match. It was Prisms against Prisms, and knowing that, I should have stopped the ball from rolling as much as I could to make sure that he doesn't just, you know, go on a complete killing spree. Next turn, he just kind of went ballistic. He just started like whipping stuff out, started doing stuff, and before you know it, he has like a 12 card hand, and I'm over here with also a 12 card hand, but my hand was shredding a lot faster than his was because he just had the ball rolling a lot sooner than I did, and that ended in a loss. And then pretty much after that, I just kind of went on a loss spree. Extremely fun. That was probably the most fun one I had, but I think mainly just because I'm more familiar with V Premium. I think I would have had just as much fun in the other two if I was just as familiar with them as I am with V Premium. So Premium and Overdress were both really fun. It's a little bit more kind of like uncharted territory for me. More fun of V Premium because I knew what was going on. Like I see a starter, and I already know like what kind of deck it's gonna be. I already know what they're gonna do, and that just excited me. Like I was like, oh yeah, I'm ready. They're gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that, and they're gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that, and they're gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that. Like it's just that excitement of back and forth of like in my mind of thinking ahead that just gets me really excited, gets me super confident, and adrenaline rush. To be honest with you guys, that's really all I have to say. I just want to talk to you guys and kind of just share my experience experiences. I just want to say a couple things. If you guys feel feel kind of scared of remote fights or think that you're not capable, I just want to let you know you guys are definitely capable. It's different, but it's like a good kind of different. Here you can like literally meet anyone. It's different in a good way. Like I think remote fights have their own like way of also being a very positive experience, just like in face-to-face have a very positive experience. It's just a matter of perspective. I just want to let you guys know, don't be scared to go out there and try something different. I got so much support just the last 48 hours, and it just puts a smile on my face. Thank you so much for enjoying Cardfight Vanguard with me, and I'll catch you guys in a future video. So peace out and das vidanya, and see you guys in a future video. Bye.